In 2023, Bijan won a historic decision in court against the Law Society of BC. The decision emphasizes the importance of mental health in disciplinary proceedings. These supporters are raising money to ensure a fair conclusion to this years-long journey.
Really, this is just too expensive for any one person. No matter how successful you are, for any one person to take this on and, to get to the highest court in our province. And it needs to be done.
I think there's a real public interest in people standing up to support Bijan here.
We're dealing with a situation where mental health issues were improperly addressed by the Law Society.
The Law Society and the Tribunal rejected mental health evidence from my family physicians for several reasons, but their apparent consensus on one point concerned me, essentially saying that mental health evidence from a family physician was not good enough. In my mind, this fundamental misconception could then become precedent-setting for weighing evidence in future proceedings at the Law Society. My instinct was that there was something wrong about that.
The Court of Appeals set aside all findings of professional misconduct against Bijan because of the Law Society panel's errors, including 1. The panel improperly excluded the evidence of another lawyer experienced in Bijan's practice area. 2. The panel was incorrect to say the medical evidence was irrelevant to judging Bijan's conduct. And 3. The panel should not have characterized Bijan's conduct as misappropriation. Bijan's precedent-setting success for the profession came with a serious cost. In 2023, Bijan filed for creditor protection. The trustee's report named the Law Society investigation as a cause of his insolvency. The Court of Appeal dismissed one allegation entirely. It sent the remaining 7 allegations back to the Law Society Tribunal for a fair redetermination. It is now joined with a second citation, with both citations set to be heard over 9 days in March to April 2025.
Lawyers are essentially in a David versus Goliath situation. You have this regulator that has all of the power and essentially unlimited finances pursuing a case even where the Court of Appeal has already overturned one of their decisions. Lawyers don't have the ability to access any sort of fund, like, for example, doctors do. They're not actually able to afford the costs associated with defending themselves against the Law Society.
Sometimes access to justice requires money to pay counsel, money to see something through to its just end. It's been a long road. He's about to set a very productive precedent for lawyers throughout BC.
Every lawyer in the province, frankly, should contribute. The entire legal system will be better if these issues are fixed.
I think this case is important because it will set a standard of fair treatment of all lawyers in British Columbia. It will make the Law Society look at its processes, make sure they're fair and equitable for everyone.
The expert opinion does matter. The expert report matters, the expert witness matters. And if Bijan had not spent the money to be able to have that decision, every future lawyer would not have that decision available to them.
When we have people who fight to clarify the law and expend the finances necessary to do that, they're making it easier for everybody else. And so because we're a community, because we are a society of lawyers, we should support one another. And sometimes that means maybe kicking in a little bit of money to support a person who's advancing a good cause that's going to benefit lawyers in the future.
It hasn't been easy on him, it hasn't been easy on the family, and we definitely had our ups and downs through the past 5 years.
I'm not running away from my failures or shortcomings. I've admitted to them and I'm willing to pay my dues. I just want to be treated fairly so that I can look back on the precedent that this case has set, say this is something that other lawyers can rely on. We are grateful for the support from everyone. Whether we settle this case or whether it goes to a hearing, the financial support will help us recover the costs. But more importantly, it'll send a message to others in the profession that if you take the path less traveled, trust your instincts that the right thing's at stake, that your peers will be there to help you recover the costs.
Support Bijan's fight for fairness in professional regulations. Join others who are contributing to this important cause at wedonate.ca.